Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. My name is Chelsea. I'm going to be telling you 5 things you must know before going to Iceland. Thing number 1, you should 100% no doubt rent a car. Renting a car in Iceland allows you the mobility to travel outside of the city. Obviously, the main city, Reykjavik, is very walkable. You don't need your car typically once you get into the city, but if you want to see the true beauty of Iceland, and that is outside of the city. Iceland's full of side roads where you can veer off and see beautiful magical sights. Like, you don't really have to travel or hike a big hike to see a waterfall. You can typically see one just driving past and pulling over. Iceland is most definitely for the adventurous. Even if you're, say, slightly tempted to be adventurous, but you are a little scared, say you're not the best hiker or what have you, that's okay. Iceland's very accommodating for the adventurous who are not that athletically gifted, if you will say. Driving in Iceland is pretty easy, especially for us since we're so used to be driving in the United States where you're on the right side of the road. It's the same thing. There are a few different things in Iceland that you just have to look out for, but they're very well signed. If you guys have any more questions about driving in Iceland, I'll most definitely make a video and link down below so you guys can see how we traveled in Iceland and how the process works. So yeah, and what kind of car we had, because with Iceland's different terrain, it is very important to have a good car, okay? Tip number 2, bring essentials. Bring essentials like hair ties, shampoo, deodorant, any of your things that you typically bring on a trip. But the only reason I'm saying this is because, like, Iceland is very expensive. Whenever people say Iceland's expensive, they're not playing it. They're being serious. Yes, you can go and not buy a hotel, not stay at Airbnb. You can just rent a car and stay in the car for a while. But it can start racking up. We most definitely spent a lot of money on food, like going out to eat, and at the grocery store, which is okay. It's going to be the cheapest thing you can do is go to the grocery store. But it is very modern. So if you are needing anything, they will have it at their Kronan or any grocery store there in Iceland. But just one thing I would say about that is that it may not be what you're used to. So for us, for the hair tie example, I forgot my hair ties and I had to go buy some more, and they were very thin. They were very thin hair ties, and originally I bought small ones because those were the only ones I could find, and I had thicker hair, so that didn't work for me. But just keep in mind that some things may be different. It's a different country, and it can get a little expensive. Third thing you must know, do tours. Typically, I am the person that will say, I don't need a tour, I will handle it. But these are the tours that I think you shouldn't skip out on. The Northern Lights tours. I went in fall, and I regret it so much not booking a Northern Light tour, because I would see in the Facebook groups that people saw them, but I just didn't see them because I don't think I was in the right place at the right time. These tours know they have the tools to pinpoint exactly where they might be, and which conditions are best for it. And I just didn't get lucky enough to not book. I didn't book one because I was like, oh, they're just gonna be in the sky, I can probably just look up. Not the case at that time. Riding horses on the beach, the black sand beach. That was so much fun. I did it. It was great. It was beautiful. I would do it again 10 times over, because especially if you're not an avid horse rider. I never rode a horse until then, but the horses are smaller than the ones in the United States. They're a little smaller, a little bigger than a miniature horse, And they're very well trained, and they'll most definitely, like, I told them that I never ridden a horse before, and they got me on the rat horse. So they got me on the rat horse, and yeah, it was great. And they teach you through, they guide you throughout the whole way, like where to tip your body backward, forward, how to hold the reins and everything. So it was really good. The third tour I regret not doing is an ice cave tour. I thought you could walk through them. I don't know, maybe that was just me not doing that much research, but I most definitely regret not booking one, because it would have been so cool to walk through an ice cave and just see the different things that there are. They give you certain tools, I guess. Look into that. Tip number 4, pick your season. Pick your season, and that's right for you. We went in the fall, winter type. We went through the end of September, the beginning of October, and it was great because there was not that many tourists, but there's still a lot of things to do. So in the spring, shaking off the winter, things are starting to bloom, and you know, it's a little bit warmer. So if you are more, and it's less touristy. So if you're wanting to go in the summer, but you just don't want the tourist or the tourist prices, because you know, things hike up, most definitely go in the spring. Summer is more things you can do in Iceland is you'll see the puffins. You can see the puffins, do whale watching. You can do hiking on beautiful days where it's not like really cold. And obviously the days are longer. You may not see the northern lights in those seasons, but you know, there's still great things to do in Iceland. Fall, which is when we went, you may see the northern lights if you go towards the end of the fall. It's not touristy, and you still get things are still open for from summer. You know, it was still pretty warm. I wouldn't say it was like freezing. We did, when we went hiking, we did need to wear you know, just layers, but whenever you went to the really cold parts, obviously, you know, bring your big jackets. And if you want to see what I wore in Iceland, please comment down below, because that was another thing I didn't know what to bring, what kind of clothes. But I think I was really well prepared. I was so happy by that. But anyways, winter, you'll see the northern lights. You get that really pretty snowfall, ice, like very like blue colors. You get to do the ice caves, and it gets windy. So I heard, and when we went, it wouldn't rain too much, but I heard we just got lucky. So, and tip number 5, that brings us to the end. Explore. Iceland is a beautiful place where you know, you can meet a lot of different people from a lot of different places. You can there's always the off-roading that you can do. It closes off, I heard, in the winter time, but you can do the off-roading, go different trails. Like Iceland is just one of those places where you take a turn that you don't plan, and you'll just be in a beautiful, like, different place that you can even think of that you can see. And you know, everyone there is pretty nice, you know. I would say this is a trip you do have to save up for and plan around, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. And I would, you know, Iceland's one of those places that I'm most definitely going back. I'm going back in summer, I know that, but it is gorgeous. So, yep. Oh, Iceland is you can just bring a credit card. You don't need to take currency or effective. You just have your credit card. You can go anywhere. Use your credit card. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. And yeah, so much for coming to my YouTube channel. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.